Hey, it's Mark from Mark of the Cyberbeast. I am finally picking up my Cyberbeast. Here I am at 7101 Glenwood Drive or Glenwood Ave, Glenwood something in Raleigh, North Carolina. For those of you who've never been here, it's a big showroom, big service center. They have all the cars here to test drive and all the trucks here to test drive. In fact, I'm going to do a little 360 here behind me. So we're going to start here. And some of these are customer cars, and some of these are deliveries, and some of these are demo cars. If you come here on a weekend, this place is an absolute madhouse. They do some serious volume here. There's actually, I think, 3 locations of Tesla in the Raleigh area in different various parts. I actually just saw a Juniper over there. They do a ton of volume here. They do a lot of Cybertrucks. Now, I was evidently the hit of the service center because I've got the polished truck and everyone thought it was like really cool. Now, one of the main reasons why I'm here is this thing right here, my light bar. Now, there's a black film on it. I'll just have to pull it off. In fact, I could do that right now, can't I? So they said this is just like the protection that you have on a TV or anything else. You just got to peel it back, and it's not as easy as I'd like it to be. It's always hard to start these. There we go. And there we go. It is off. And it's stuck in my truck. And they also did some other things. They refilled, I believe, some oil somewhere in the middle of the, I have no idea. But they also checked the air pressure and the tires, did some other things. When you bring your vehicle in for service, if you have not done this yet, it's actually part of the app. Okay, so you go into your app, it'll tell you where they are in the progress of it and if it's complete, which is really cool. So here we've got check tire pressure and condition, torque, tri-motor, rear drive unit, oil fill plug, install flat, hang on, flat flex cable harness guide, other exterior, and that's gonna be the light bar. It'll tell you about how long it'll take. It'll say if it's in progress or if it's been resolved, and estimated completion time. Really cool, all done via the app. And guess what? If you owe them any money, they just take it right off your credit card. You can pick it up, you don't have to worry about payment. It's incredibly easy. They make the process as hands-free and as touch-free as their superchargers. So for those of you who've never been to the service center before, now you gotta remember, where I am in Myrtle Beach, I actually have mobile service, okay? Really the only reason why I came here was for the light bar. So, when they do the mobile service, again, all handled through the app. You put the request in there, and all the payment is done directly from your account with the credit card that's on file, the same one you use for your supercharging, okay? So my wife had done, she did tire rotations at the house once. She had, I believe, some repair work done. That was a recall with her Model 3. I had, as you recall, the external speaker replaced in the rear portion of the truck. They also dropped off my hubcaps, and we were going to actually interview some of the people from the service center, get some tips and tricks from them, but per Elon, employers are not allowed to speak on social media on things like this. So as much as they love to have joined my YouTube channel, and I did get a bunch of subscribers from this, everyone in service loved the polished truck, but they're all joining for the daily content on the Cybertruck and Cyberbeast. But they couldn't be a part of that channel. So they pretty much told me, and by the way, this is really cool. I gotta say, as much as I love that hand show light bar, this OEM one is so trick. It's so smooth and flush. By the way, they told me they addressed any recall issues. So I'm guessing they re-glued the projectile, right, on the top there and over here. So I guess they re-glued these pieces. Got my spoiler on here from the install the other day. You saw that from cybertruckco.com. And we've got the other spoiler at the top we'll be doing that install either later today or tomorrow, so you'll see that episode in a few days. And I'll be driving back 3 hours from Raleigh back to North Myrtle Beach, entirely on FSD. I had to turn in my Model X. And one thing I will share with you, I did the launch mode, and you have to go in there and do the drag mode. If you click on that drag mode, hold, just like the Beast, hold your foot down on the brake and then on the gas and take off. This thing is wicked fast. I thought the Beast was fast. That Model X, I believe it's about half a second quicker, 0 to 60. And I swear the thing is just on fire. I kept it on a straightaway because I was told, you don't want to go through turns going that fast. It was powerful. I really like that Model X. I gotta have a pickup truck though. You know how I am. I'm a 35-year pickup truck owner. I can't not have a pickup. I need a bed to throw shit in. But that Model X, if I ever went to a car, that's very tempting. Now I've driven the Model S, and Model S is nice if you like a sedan. I just like the room. Also liked, my wife didn't, but I like that windshield that goes all the way up to the top of your head. It almost gives a sunroof type feel. I also like the display right above the steering wheel, the yoke now, because one thing the X is missing, and I'll say this, and I hope Franz and Elon, they're all listening, from here on out, every Tesla should have steer-by-wire and four-wheel steering. And that's just the way it is, because I am so spoiled on this truck, being able to turn with just the slightest movement with that yoke, the feel of it. I mean, the X, the other thing too, with FSD on the X, if you're going on a highway, like I was going 80, 82 miles an hour, you look at the steering wheel, and the steering wheel moves kind of like this because it's got the hits on the road. The steer-by-wire doesn't have that because it's electronic. It's not that hard feel like you have off that rack and pinion. So the steer-by-wire, when you're turning and when you're on FSD, you don't have that bouncing that you have in place there when you're in FSD. So I will say the steer-by-wire is great for that, but the four-wheel steering, as cool as the Model X was, I'm able to make turns on this truck, I think, tighter than any vehicle, any other Tesla. That four-wheel steering is second to none. One thing I didn't really know is that the Denali EV actually has four-wheel steering as well. So it makes it kind of a competitor to the Cybertruck at just under $80,000. But without FSD, I don't think the Denali's got anything to hold itself to compared to the Tesla Cybertruck. Now, as you know, I had some issues with staying in my truck, but I also parked underneath a tree, and I got some bird poop on my truck. And in fact, got a lot of bird poop down here on my running boards as well. So what I'm probably gonna have to do after this trip, because the front, I gotta be careful being in front of this because it's gonna open the front, is I've got bugs all over, bugs. So I'll be hosing her down probably tomorrow, doing that spoiler for you and showing you what it looks like with that top spoiler on there. Now this experience, I gotta say, driving 6 hours, 2 days in a row was not fun. Tesla gave me some swag for my time. They gave me a Model X Plaid to use. The FSD was phenomenal. So, you know, first world problems, can't complain. But Service Center here in Raleigh, Tesla for the win. In the future, I am definitely going to be using mobile and have them come to me. But for the light bar, I had no choice. But man, that light bar is smooth. Look at this thing. Right up flush with the windshield. Now, for those of you who got the all-wheel drive and not the Cyberbeast, these will be available for purchase eventually. We have to get all the, well, Tesla has to get all the Cybertruck owners with the Beast package to get these light bars installed first. When I get home, I'm also going to have to do something that they are not allowed to do, and that's opening up this Pilar right here, attaching the wire, and making it active. So that's still in place. And I can tell they've replaced this piece right here, or re-glued it, because my wire here is not exactly where I left it. I'll just push it up there for now. But great experience. Hopefully the next time I come back here, it's to buy another Tesla. Alrighty folks, this was my service center experience. Hope you guys have similar experiences in your neck of the woods, and tell others about this channel. Remember, the only daily content Cybertruck channel on YouTube or anywhere on the web. Remember, hit like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you again tomorrow.